Hey guys, it is your forecaster, meteorologist Joseph McMahon once again with another video I am going to be making right now. Okay, so going back to yesterday, clearly South Jersey was hit very, very hard. The Philly area, the radar scope wind vector, vertical velocity had readings up to 80 miles per hour. The concerns of the ratios. Going with my mentor Larry Cosgrove, he agrees with the same thing, that the severe thunderstorm threat looms parts of the Midwest into the Northeast, and the derecho can potentially form out of that. He also, as myself as well, is forecasting a relatively hot and stormy forecast for July. The ratios are not over just because June's starting to wrap up, okay? If we go back over to my spring to summer 2015 outlook, and if you guys have been following the weather and keeping track of everything, you can see that I've been pretty spot on, and I made this back in March, let's not forget. The formation of a derecho, the most recent one actually happened in South Dakota, so it actually overperformed a little bit in this area. With wind gusts right off the bat, the very first recorded wind gust was 122 miles per hour in a town in South Dakota here, and then 141 over here. And then once it hit this red zone, it propelled, and it had more and more reports, became more widespread. And if you read it, the severe weather is most prominent in these red areas. It's pretty accurate, as I was saying that the weak El Nino variant we will have a lot of moisture work with, concentrating mostly east of the Rockies and the Mississippi. The ratios are a concern starting from Iowa, which was mostly where most of our ratios formed so far this year. They would race east, southeast, east, generally, and ending in New Jersey and point south. So I can just go right off the bat and explain to you how much potential we've had so far. So basically, recently we had one kind of form sort of out like that over here. It just kind of raced across and then right off the South Jersey shore. We had another potential one. This was, I believe this was towards the end of March, early April. We had a nasty bow echo that formed here once again in the red areas, and it pushed off the Virginia coast, southeast Virginia. And we also had another one more down in this area. And it was funny how it formed like right here, and it raced towards the Dallas, Texas area. So you can see that I've been pretty spot on with everything, and the severe weather concentrations down in the south have been focusing up in these northern areas. I came to this conclusion of this forecast because, one, if we go back to the El Nino forming, and I took the 2002 record from the National Weather Service, and Middlesex County, New Jersey got walloped because an El Nino was developing, and that was the issue that I was focusing. Also because that you had a lot, and I repeat what I say, a lot of cold fronts that were just coming across like this. But most importantly, your nastiest storm will be backdoor cold fronts, pushing in like that. And especially, and this is a prime example, when you have a warm front sitting just above here, cold front drop down like this. This is prime time for New Jersey, Delaware, southeast Pennsylvania gets rocked along island with nasty storms, because this is known as the unstable storm vector, as I call it. When you have the combination of the warm and cold front so close together, you have a bit of a rain threat up here and a severe weather threat all the way down here. Now, the further south you go with the cold front, you have more sporadic storms. But when you're in the storm vector right over here, things get pretty nasty. And I'm still waiting for that kind of storm. Now, there's the possibility of yet another derecho forming. Can't exactly pinpoint right now, but I do want to say one thing. The NAM model, with the line of storms that barreled right through South Jersey like this, and showed it barreling like this, is completely wrong, and that the NAM is shit. The WRF model actually had Philly, southeastern New Jersey getting rocked in it slammed. We also had a possible gustnado or a water spout or a tornado all along the Jersey Shore in Long Beach Island. That was a pretty crazy video. Shelters actually opened down in South Jersey as winds were pushing 70, 80 miles per hour. South Jersey, anywhere south of the South Amboy Bridge, New Jersey, has been getting hit pretty good. Also, Long Island had some pretty large hail as well up in this area. And this part of Maryland, well, Baltimore County, had some pretty baseball-sized hail, while golf balls in Long Island. So this is basically my video. I don't have anything else to say right now. I will be going over some future data to see where in this glorious area is the possible derecho going to form. My guess is if a derecho were to form, it would form in derecho forming regions, and that would be right here. So some hot spots, maybe Illinois, maybe I would say Nebraska. I'm just thinking if a derecho were to form, it would form somewhere where I have my X marks. If one were to form, coming in the next weeks, the next month, that's all I can really say. You have the moisture fetch from the Gulf of Mexico, and you have the air masses coming down over here, and it's just really messy. So this is my video. That's all I have right now.